Um, I know it's been a little bit since I did a video, and I've had some changes. So I thought I would come on, try to explain some things, and just talk about this mess. Okay. First of all, I started struggling with my daily pages. I had trouble in this. I don't know why, and I hope I'm in frame. But I started, and my kids, I let them each do some stuff in it. I don't know. After my sister's wedding, I just like, my mental health went like bottomed out, and I don't know. It was like I fell off on my daily pages. So I said, okay, so I need a different notebook. So I put this one up. I went to Hobby Lobby. I found this that is really thick sketch paper, and so I'm liking the thicker paper. First of all, I ordered these off Amazon, and I hope I'm in frame. Let me check if I'm in frame. Yeah, I am. Ordered these, but I'm just not a fan of lined paper. My kids are really enjoying these, and I'll probably still use them. I set one up as a dream journal, so I'll show you that. I haven't gotten to record any dreams yet. I just haven't sat down to do that, but I decided to use this. And so April 13th, I sat down and I started using it, and then it's just, I don't know, I figured out it's not really the notebook itself. My son gave me these stickers. Both of my boys gave me some. So I started using those. But anyway, I don't know. I'm just really struggling with my daily pages. So I just kind of fell off of that altogether. And I just haven't been keeping up with it. Now, in my planner, you can see where, and I know I did a walkthrough of my planner. I'm trying to get it centered here. I got some of the kids' school books up here on the desk. It's kind of a mess right now. Okay, got it. I did a flip through, I'm pretty sure. March was a really good month for me in my planner. And I didn't start falling off until this week, where I had anxiety so bad. And then it opened in April. For a variety of reasons, April has been kind of a rough month for me. But I kind of started coming back to it last weekend, kind of the middle of the week. Started getting back in my planner, and then this week has just been really chaotic and just crazy. So it's not that I haven't wanted to write my planner. Oh, here comes one of my kids. Okay, so here's what I'm up against. This planner works really well for me, and I'm still very much in love with Commit 30. But I don't remember her name that runs Commit 30 and like designed it and everything. She posted on Instagram and Facebook how she doesn't know if she's going to be able to provide the 2026 planners. And that threw me into my brain needs, as far as my planners go, it needs stability, because every other part of my life has kind of been up and down. And so I need to know that every year I can get my planner. And I know that's kind of funny because I planner hop a lot. But the goal is always to find a planner that I'm happy with, that I can use year after year after year. So I started planner shopping because I want something that would work with this cover that I have that I love. And I do like the bigger size more than I like the smaller, like, you know, Hoping 2 Weeks or the B6 or anything. I didn't want something I've already done. So I like this. So I was looking for something that could be comparable to this, but is like a always there type planner. And I couldn't find a book bound with this kind of cover because I don't like hardbound. I like this soft vegan leather type thing. And I couldn't find what I was looking for. So that led me down the rabbit hole of just planner searching, planner, whatever. And I found Erin Condren, of course, because they had their big release on the 21st, I think. And so I started looking at that, but with the coil, it won't fit in this cover. The 7x9. And I don't want to go down. I don't like A5 size anymore. I used to use that regularly. So I thought that was a hair. I hate stray hairs. I thought that was a dog hair. It's not. Okay, here comes one of my kids. Okay. I don't know how much longer I'm going to have for this video. But anyway, what was I saying? Erin Condren, yeah, and it wouldn't fit, and I don't know, it was just something about the planner. I think it was the layout, the vertical layout, and I didn't like the horizontal. So I was going to look up Passion Planner, but I forgot the name of Passion Planner, ended up looking Plum Paper Planner up, and realized that I never really gave that planner a good, like, once-over. And I started looking, and I was like, well, crap, I can design it. I can add like up to, I think, like 70 pages. It depends. Like, you can customize it so much. So I ordered one. I ordered one from February through January of next year. That way I have like 3 months I can back plan and kind of get a feel for the planner. I think I ordered it with meal planning pages dispersed and notes pages. And I figured I would just come on and tell y'all kind of my thought process of why I ended up like looking into all of this, and just this chaotic situation that I did not expect. Like, I was so happy, and I still am very happy with this planner. I love the layout and everything else. So what I'm doing, but I don't like not knowing if come July or whenever she releases her planners. I think it's July because there's a note back here. I'll show you. On one of these, there's a note. It's time to reorder. Can't remember. Right here. August. Time to reorder your Commit 30 planner at commit30.com. And they give you a coupon code. But then she came on and she was like, because of the tariffs and everything, she doesn't know if she's going to be able to produce a planner. I'm like, I don't know. I just don't see, I understand it being really hard and everything, but you've built this whole business and now you might not even be able to like make it available. And it's sad, and it's like, you know, but it threw my brain into like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to have a planner next year. I bought this beautiful cover and spent all this money on this. It just was like, it freaked me out. So I first of all, I don't mind coil. Like, I've started out in a coil bound planner. I've been in coil on and off. And I was like, I don't know, I might like it instead of putting it in a cover. But my thought process with this is, I don't want to not use my cover. Now, come January of next year, I mean, it's only April, y'all. I'm like way overthinking this, and I know I am, but that's just how my brain works. I might be tired of this cover and just be like, you know what, I've used it for a year, almost a year. I'm going to give it a break and not do anything with my cover. But my thought process is, I'm like playing around with the idea because I still need a journal. No matter if I use my planner, a coil planner. My kids are acting up. Okay, they're still like acting up. Okay, I don't know what they're up to. Anyway, okay. So I don't like, even before she made her announcement, I didn't like the idea of like having 400 of these notebooks laying around. So, whoops, I hit that. Like, you know, have my planner and then I have like 6 notebooks to go with it for the year. I don't like that idea. So if she, I wish I could remember her name. If Commit 30 puts out another planner this year, I may get it just as my journal and just use this as journaling. And then my other option is a Sterling Ink 520 page B5 notebook. If she, okay, my kids are like hollering. Okay. Yeah, a 520 page Tomoe River notebook. What I've, like, in this season of my life, it feels like I need more structure than, you know, than this. Just a notebook. Because it's like I have no motivation when I set up my daily pages to keep them up. It's like there's nothing, it's just blank. It's just, and you know, and that's the bad thing, because I do need that, because like there's still times that I sit down and I just journal out my brain, and so I do need that. But could I do, like, I don't do that every day, so could I do like deep journaling and just tip it in like I did? Like I tipped in a bunch of stuff here in March, and I love it. I love the feeling of it. I love how it looks. I just love it. Like that could have been a lot more deep journaling. And there's one section over here. Yeah, right here. I love this. Where I wrote down everything I cleaned. And I mean, that could be deep journaling, and I'll just tip it in, you know? And I could do that. And so that is my thought right now. That's what I'm leaning towards, is using this. And that's how I'm going to use it for the rest of this year, because my planner shipped, actually, the plum paper I ordered, it just shipped. It shipped early. So I ordered it on the 20th in like 3-something in the afternoon. And it wasn't supposed to ship until the 24th through the 28th. And it shipped on the 23rd. So right now the expected delivery is the Tuesday, the 29th. So what I'm planning on doing is trying to use this, and I will probably start this week, using this as a journal. So I haven't really preset anything in May, other than I put this in here. This was with one of my LA Florals Patreons. I still get her smallest tier, so I get one sticker sheet a month from her. And so other than that, I put a couple bills in, and I put all of my, I bought a couple new sticker books. They were Agenda 52. I might have shown them on a video. I don't remember. But they had a bunch of these holiday stickers. So I just went through and stuck them down. But that's one thing about the plum paper I really, really liked, was that you can choose what holidays are included on your planner. You can choose your country. I know they had Canada and the UK. I don't remember, and the US, so I don't remember what other countries they had. I'm thinking Australia, but I'm not sure. And then they have different religions, so you could do Christian, Jewish, Hindu, and Muslim, I think. And I think they had something else, but I chose out of the Christian holidays and the US holidays. And there's also one where you can set up like your special dates yourself. Like I've seen where people put, you know, their birthdays, anniversaries and stuff like that, or they'll go and put paydays, and it'll be pre-printed in your planner. Of course, there's an upcharge. It's like $5 and something, but anyways, that was a tangent. But I still love the stickers, and I'll probably go through, if I have any more holiday stickers, and stick them where they've put the dates. But anyway, I'm really liking the idea. I hope Commit 30 still does her planner, because I'd love to use this as a journal. I'm excited to try that for the rest of the year. This will be my journal, scrapbooky type, you know, journaling. And then the plum paper with the spiral bound, I can just drop it in and out of my bag. It will be my actual planner. But so what I'm planning on doing today, because we kind of have a day off, I was looking at the daily, but I really want to use the Plum Paper daily. They have one where you can do 6 months. You can do 12 months too, but you can add pages. And so if I went with 6 months, I could get like 50 notes pages, or I could get a horizontal weekly, or you can get vertical. I was going with horizontal to go with it. And I mean, there's just so many options, but I really, really, really want to use my cover. And I know with the spiral bound, I'm going to try it in here when I get it. I don't think it's going to fit. I think it's going to be like an inch too wide because of the coil, but okay, what was I saying? My husband came in, and then my daughter came in, and it was like my brain ain't working right today. Anyway, I was looking at the daily, and I really like the way they have it laid out. And I originally, like after my initial spiral bound planner, I went to Franklin Covey classic size for, I don't know, 3 years. And so I don't know if having a structure would help me write in my dailies, or do I even need dailies? Like, you know, that's what I don't know. So I figured I would come over here. I would use this as my journal / dailies, you know, for the rest of this year, along with the plum paper. I'll see how that goes. And I mean, I guess as it gets closer to, you know, fall or whatever, then I'll make the decision as to what I'm going to do. See what Commit 30 does. See how I like the system. And yeah. So what I was doing back here on one of these pages, I think I went back to my bank books. Yeah. So I was like trying to decide, using this as my guide. I went through and I watched so many videos. Not very many people are currently using, at least not that are on YouTube, are currently using Commit 30 or Plum Paper. So I'm like, of course I have it in the back of my mind. Nobody's going to want to watch your videos because these aren't popular planners, but I don't really give a crap. You know, it has to work for me. And I do the videos because I enjoy them. Yeah, I'd like to become monetized on YouTube, but hey, it is what it is. And my planner needs to work for me. This worked for me, and I like it. I still like it. I still love the feel of this planner. I mean, I'm hoping I love Plum Paper just as much. And then I can use this for my journal if she still produces them. And if not, I guess I'm going to use the Sterling Ink notebook. I don't know. Or I might use a Sterling Ink planner as my journal. I've thought about that. I've also looked at several other different planners, but the trouble is finding one that fits in this cover because I really love this cover. Okay, so I was using this as my guide. I went through and watched videos and figured out what is included in the planner versus, you know, what I added to it. I added meal planning pages and 50 dotted pages in the planner I have coming. Okay, so what I was doing was I was deciding how I'm going to use that planner. So I want to probably do all of this type thing, but I need to see how tip-ins work with a spiral bound, because that's one thing I never did with spiral bound was tip things in. I didn't do that until I got with Hobonichi. So I think it'll work just fine. I'll just have to cut them a little smaller, but I love this. You know, I love adding pages into my planner. So I was like going through and trying to decide how I'm going to do that. The way, which I'll try to do a walkthrough, because there's like 1 or 2 current walkthroughs of their planners, Plum Paper, on YouTube, but there's not very many. I ordered the vertical priorities, so it was like I think it's their most popular, and for me, it was the one. I missed this space. Like, I love this space here in this planner, and their vertical that is kind of like this. It has a calendar here. These boxes are bigger, so, but you still get this space down here, but it's all the way down at the bottom. So you don't get any random extra space to use. That's not day specific. So that wasn't going to work for me. But the vertical priorities has a couple boxes at the top, and it has a habit tracker, and it has like, you know, sections. So I got that, and the way theirs works is it doesn't have this page to go with this month. This page is, I believe, lined, and it's included for the previous month. So like you have lined, and then you'd have whatever add-on pages, I think. And which, like I said, I'll do a walkthrough of it. But so I got the neutral, so it's just going to be white. So I can do whatever I want to on this dashboard page for the month. And even though I like these, I actually like the color scheme of the Commit 30. A lot of people don't like this kind of gold brown look with the black, but I like it, and I like the quotes. So I don't really do a lot here, and I try to do a bunch. Like if you go back to April, you can see I do a bunch afterwards too. So I put some stickers on, and then like I do this, decorate that. Okay, so the way the plum paper is set up, I would do like cover this because it's just blank white. Then they have, instead of having the Commit 30, which I love this idea, like a lot of people have said when they use this, like they'll do really good one month and then not so great the next. And like I struggled to come up with a plan for my committing to challenge here for April. And I'm sorry, I did not sleep worth a crap last night. I'm not going to make 75,000 words, I don't think. But also I've realized that I don't really write over the weekend. So whatever weekend days are here, they're not going to get stickers on them. Just because I don't really write a lot on the weekends. But, I mean, I still like this spread. Okay, I had another interruption, so I'm trying to remember. In Plum Paper, they have a dashboard and then a lined page here. And it's 7x9, so I don't know why. I think it's because a lot of the videos that I've watched have been A5, but I feel like it's going to be so much smaller. And it's not. It's this exact same size. Instead of having these little spots to write your stuff, you can utilize the whole page. I got the neutral because I liked the dashboard page that came with it. Also, it's written on, like, it's not two of their other varieties have, I think they have like a colorful colorway and a modern colorway or something like that. And from what I've seen online, they are like coated and it's really hard to write on. But the neutral one is not. It's just basic cardstock, so you can write on it without any pen. So what I've been doing is I've been trying, and I keep bringing myself back to, okay, another interruption. Anyways, I keep bringing myself back to what I'm trying to tell y'all, which is that I'm like impatiently waiting on this planner to be delivered. So I'm like trying to set up how I'm going to use it, instead of getting it and then like sitting there in like decision paralysis. I'm trying to use what's making me happy in this planner and like thinking through it over here based on what is going to be included in that planner. So like, my kids are being very loud. I have the dashboard page is going to be really useful. Like it actually has lines and boxes and things. And then you have a completely lined page. I'll probably end up putting scrapbooking paper because I just like stuffing my planners. That was another thing that made me choose Plum Paper over the Erin Condren. Back when I was using a cold planner before, I was with a different brand that used, it was a small company. They used laminated covers kind of like the Erin Condren, and I hated how the cover would just like set up. It's not like this, well, like, I mean, this sets up a bit, but like this material, it lends itself to like being formed around a stuffed planner. And when I looked at different videos online on YouTube of the Plum paper, they make their covers with it's kind of like placemat material, and it's really soft and pliable, and I think that it would lend itself better to being stuffed than a hard laminated stiff cover. Okay, so another thing that made me go with this decision, or let's see, the front of the planner, like the front matter in the planner, is almost the same to the Commit 30. Is just set up a little different. So instead of getting 2 years worth of calendars, which I do not use 2026, I like don't use it, you get a 2-page spread of the current year, which I find interesting. This spread in the Plum paper is boxes of lines. Instead of the circles, you get, 12, so 6 boxes per page, and you get 2 of them instead of like 1.5 or whatever, because they made these ones smaller. I'm using this for tracking my social media numbers. Okay, and then I think you get like the blank page. Yeah, I have it here. Yeah, blank. And then it goes into the weeks. So it would be a blank page that I could use for Post-its, like I'm using this for Post-its. I would use that blank page, and then it would go into the dashboard for what will be February. Okay, so yeah, so you get that. And so this is just kind of what I'm doing. I wrote a list, one of these notebooks, I think it was this one, of all the things I track right here. And this is mainly on the weekly spread. So I'm like, I don't know, I'm just kind of preparing myself and just kind of brainstorming how I'm going to use this. And then I'm really excited to sit down and like kind of brainstorm how I'm going to journal. Like what's going to be considered journaling for me. And I like the idea of using a Commit 30 for my journaling because it's a whole year. And I think given how, like, sometimes I'll sit down maybe once or twice a month and I'll just do a brain dump kind of journaling. And I could very easily just fit that in here in tip 10 pages, or I could like do it in the week that it fell in, or I could tip in all that deep journaling like in here, or yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, it just goes from the week to the next. But yeah, I could do it in there. I don't know. And then there's the 30 pages in the back too that I could use for like right now I have it set up for bank books, which are getting very badly behind. I really like this too. I redated this for the current year, and I really want to use this for tracking something. But if this, instead of this being my planner, if this is this is actually why I wrote this. There's a delivery truck just rode by. Let me tell the kids to get the dog. Okay, I had another interruption, y'all. Okay, so yeah, that's what I was doing this for. I was like trying to figure out what I could use these for because I really like them. But I was like, okay, I track all of this stuff over here. So what's left that I can track over here? So if I'm going to use this for journaling, I don't know, I could come up with something creative or fun and not necessarily functional to use these to track. Okay, my brain ain't working, y'all. Okay, anyway, yeah. So I can't remember what I was saying. I was trying to tell y'all how, yeah, I'm like trying to figure out, and I'll probably work on this some more today because I'm just kind of trying to take the day easy. We have a day off, so I just want to maybe plan my planners, get ready for my new planner coming. I'm really excited about it. I'm excited about using this as my journal for the rest of the year. I really, really hope that Commit 30 is able to figure out a way to provide these planners, even if they have to raise the price a little bit, because I'd love to continue using this as my journal. I think that will work out for me really well. I will probably be more consistent if I used a weekly planner. I mean, if Commit 30 doesn't provide the planners for the rest of the, for the next year, maybe I could find another book-bound type weekly planner, even like Sterling Ink. I could probably use her horizontal planner. That might work really well for journaling. Yeah. Anyways, just some planner thoughts. My next video will probably be a plum paper walkthrough. Right now what I'm using is simply this planner and a notebook. That's, well, and I also have this that I'm using as a dream journal, but if this is going to be my journal, I may not even use this. Like, I might have to peel this sticker up because this is one of my favorite stickers. But anyways, I might just keep using this as a dream journal and just stick it at the end of the year. I could just stick it. Oh yeah, I could definitely just stick it in there. I mean, it would be awkward, but for like, storage for the rest of the end of the year. Just a minute, sweetie, okay? Give Mama just a sec. Let me finish this. I know, babe. Can you give me just 1 second?
It's important.
Okay, it's important. Okay, so, yeah. Like I said, I know these aren't like the popular hip type planners to be using. Like, it seems like the planner world is like divided between two kinds of planner people. And, you got your Hobonichis that are like very functional. And then you have your Erin Condren happy planner type people that use bukus of stickers and like can't even, they don't write on the paper unless it's got a sticker over it. And or you got the people, with the Sterling Ink / Hobonichi type that are strictly functional and like write really tiny and beautiful handwriting and like, I don't know. It's like I don't fit in with either one of those groups. And I like just use stickers the way I want to. Like this horrible mess of highlighter that I did trying to track my mood. I hated it, so I just quit mid-month. There's no real rhyme or reason. There's like a few people on YouTube and Instagram that use planners the way I like to use them and that have also inspired my planning. So, oh yeah, and then you have the whole ring bound. And I don't fit in with the ring bound at all anymore because I like to keep my planners year to year. And if I do add stuff to my planners, I want it to stay there. I don't want to like take out my dashboards, swap my dashboards out. I want it to be, okay, this is what I did. I decorated for Easter with this vellum and this scrapbook paper, and I use these stickers on Easter week, Where is my Easter week? Right here. And I'm not saying any of these planning styles are bad at all. I'm just saying that it's just not my style. And I'm like really having a hard time finding my little part of the planning community that I feel at home in. And I don't know. I guess my whole thing with Commit 30 kind of helped me because it's like, I know this planner isn't super popular right now. It doesn't get a lot of views on my channel. It's not like when I use a Hobonichi Weeks and like people seem to really, really want those videos. But then I'm not using Hobonichi Weeks like most people use Hobonichi Weeks. So it was like they come to my channel and they like watch the videos, but it's not what they're expecting from a Hobonichi Weeks user. And I don't know. Using this, I knew it wasn't a popular planner. And I didn't let that stop me from getting it and using it to the way I want to use it. And I guess that's kind of freed me because I would never, like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, I would never have decided to order a spiral bound planner. Like, I'm just not that girl. I'm not that, you know, in that planner corner of the world, and it's just not my thing. I don't think the people that watch my channel would like it. And right now, the season of life I'm in, I just want to share my planners. I want to use my planners. I want to be happy in my planners. This made me happy. And I was like, even though it's not popular, it's not going to boost my channel, you know, or anything like that. It makes me happy. And so I'm hoping that the combination of this with the stability of a company that's been around for 17 years and doesn't show any sign of like going out of business, that I could like literally order my 2026 planner today if I wanted to use Plum Paper Planner. Like, I don't know. It's the way you set up your months. Like, you can choose your start month, your start day, and all that stuff. You can choose it yourself. And so I could choose, the earliest I could get was February. So like, they're not doing January of this year anymore. So you can get February through, I can't even remember. You can get up to an 18-month planner, but I wanted the notes pages, so I've got a 12-month. But anyways, that's a lot of rambling. I hope you enjoyed this video, if nothing else, just to listen to somebody talk about planners. Because I really enjoy doing that. I enjoy watching all different kinds of planners and just see how they use it, and I can apply it to mine if I want to, and if not, I just like seeing how other people use their planners. So yeah, anyways, I hope y'all's April is going very well. I hope this will be the end of planner chaos for me. I really didn't expect planner chaos to strike this year. I was like, you know, not really settled in my sterling ink, but once I got over into this, and I know I'm like saying, I've only been in it since February. So I was like, you know, I really didn't plan on changing planners again. So I hope this will be the last time, and I hope it will stick, and I hope I can keep using this planner, because I really want to find something I can use, you know, what's the word? Consistently. And yeah, and I want to be able to stuff it. I want to be able to put, you know, have a journal and a planner, and that's it. That's what I want. Okay, anyways, so that's a lot of talking. If you made it this far, thank you very much, and I hope to catch you on the next one. Bye.